Gandalf's here with Brian Sparks, ISC25. And as you saw in the preceding video, we wanted to solve the problem of what chocolate is better.
No, it really wasn't a problem.
Well, not.
But it was more of a
conflict.
battle because not many people have heard of finished chocolate.
Yeah.
And when this was even brought to the Swiss attention, they were like,
Well, the Swiss
What?
actually, the Swiss actually, I think, speculated that much less being able to make chocolate, they weren't sure that the Finns could even spell the word chocolate.
And
That's
then-
what I thought I heard.
And then we heard the reverse,
Yes,
right?
we did.
We heard the reverse from the Finnish team saying that they only fed the chocolate to animals.
Farm animals.
Farm animals at that.
Yes.
And or prisoners.
But then Amnesty International stopped them from doing that because they felt it was cruel and inhumane.
That's right. So
Yeah.
now we're up
So
to
it's been
date.
flying back and forth. So we wanted to solve this conflict. We wanted to come to a resolution. So we found
An independent third party.
3 independent third parties who have no stake in who's on top or not because they admitted we do chocolate very badly. Yeah. So what we did, there was a plate marked A and a plate marked B. 3 pieces of each of yours, labels off, were presented. They sampled one, then the other, and they rendered a decision. Now there's more than just the decision. That's the real interesting part. Brian, what
Yep.
happened?
Well, what happened was
That
they
first-
first went with option A, which happened to be the finished chocolate. And then
2 to 1.
And then they finished with B, which was the Swiss. They all enjoyed the finished chocolate. They got to the Swiss chocolate, and it was interesting because the first bite they were like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
really good. That's
Yeah.
really sweet." And then all of a sudden, oh wow, it's starting to get more tart. It's
Sour.
One said sour.
Sour was
And
a
so,
word was
yeah,
used by one.
I like the initial taste, but not after.
Started well, finished poorly.
Right.
Like a guy that gets too drunk at a party.
But then one person out of the 3 was like, I actually prefer this over the really sweeter version of the finish.
And
Preferred
then
that.
this brave
Brave soul.
woman, I'm gonna go ahead and say that, she took both of them, little bits, together. Your dark, your milk. And then she said, I like this.
It was like Remy, you know?
Yeah.
Just coming up with all these different flavor profiles
It
and
was-
coming up with something new, and behold,
Her eyes lit up enough. The guy who liked yours at the start, but then like a house guest that stays too long, got sour at the end, he tried it. The double. Liked it.
It was
Said
magic.
Took away the bad finish, but it kept, the great start. Then the other guy, who was definitely a sweet chocolate person, tried it.
yeah.
He liked it better too. Together.
So all 3 prefer it to be merged together, formed as a team.
More of some sort.
Yes. We
Yeah.
were thinking about some sort of a heated marshmallow binder.
Or
Or hot
peanut
glue.
butter, or something.
Hot glue? Something.
Not hot glue, no.
Well, okay.
Edible might be preferable.
Please,
Yeah, perhaps. But that blew our minds. We were not expecting that. We were not expecting her to take that bold step, but she did.
So it was 2 to 1,
2 to 1 in
In the finish.
favor of the milk.
right?
Finished milk chocolate.
But
that you didn't believe they could even spell, much less make.
everyone came to an agreement with the combo.
I feel like there is a philosophy here.
What does it have to
If we all just work together,
It
great
is.
things
We are here to
come.
compete, but we are also here to make connections and learn new
Stronger
things.
together.
And doesn't that really come back to the cluster competition and the very goals that it has? Yeah.
Maybe so. We're connecting the dots here at ISC.
We did
The chocolates.
we did determine a performance issue, but then we determined the optimized solution, which is both.
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
You all won
Well, they won a little more.
in a way. In a
Yeah.
way.
The Finns won a little more than the Swiss, but they all won. And this was incredible.
And thank you so much for bringing the chocolate,
Yes.
because I mean this gave us, one, something to do,
Yes.
and two, we all just enjoy chocolate and
Yeah,
we find it
we're all
fantastic.
over that.
So thank you.
And we have a result.
We have a result. Yes.
We do. Thank you so much. And thank you, Brian.
Hey, thank
Color
you, Dan.
commentary.
So glad
Well,
to
do
be
you
a
have any
part of the
comments?
chocolate tasting experience.
Well, wait, give him a microphone. Do you have any comments about this? Because I don't think we probably heard what they were saying. So what do you have to say? What do you think? What do we learn?
I think it's deeply metaphorical. I think it shows that, we're stronger together. We're all better as a team. It doesn't have to be a competition. We can all just individually be strong, but also when we come together, we make something beautiful.
Wow.
I also see this as a metaphor. You need to think outside the box sometimes to find an optimal solution.
Yes, I agree. Outside of the chocolate box. I think it's very fitting for the student cluster competition because we are here from opposing teams. We are competing together, but we are also networking and making friends and learning together. So
That's
it all
good.
makes sense.
Now, if I were the fourth Finnish person here, I'd say, yeah, but we won. Scoreboard. Yeah, we won. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This has been fun.